Good afternoon, everyone. It's Sal, Stretford Post. How you're doing? And welcome to another episode of Chatterboxer and the match preview between Manchester United and Arsenal, guys. It has come so quickly. Time flies when you're having fun, isn't it? The season is about to start, guys, and we're already doing match previews. My goodness me, a few days to the start of the Premier League season, guys. We're excited. We're looking forward to it. A massive game, of course, coming up, guys. I can't wait for it. And we're going to get the lowdown about Man United Arsenal, which is one of the biggest, one of the most competitive, should I say, games in Premier League history, if not the most competitive game in Premier League history. We all know the history between Man United and Arsenal. We know the Premier League history in particular, don't we? You know, whether it's the Battle of the Buffet or it's the Ryan Giggs wonder goal in the FA Cup semi-final, or the Schmeichel save, or the 6-1, or the 8-2. Whatever it is, it's always a massive game when we play Arsenal, guys. And we're looking forward to it, of course. Guys, I'm going to give my lineup predictions. I'm going to give my thoughts on the game. Of course, Manchester United will have a different lineup this time around with Mbeumo, Cunha, and Sesko all expected to start, of course. Benjamin Sesko has been training with the under-21s and has played an under-21 game, guys. So maybe, just maybe, Benjamin Sesko might be fit enough to play for Manchester United on Sunday, guys. Now, before I start with the match preview, I want to talk a little bit about a bit of news that's been circulating, of course, which is Carlos Baleba, guys. Carlos Baleba, apparently, according to Cameroon sources, has been talking to Manchester United, and Manchester United have agreed a 112 million euro deal for Mr. Carlos Baleba. Now, you can take that with a pinch of salt. It's coming from Cameroon, Cameroon journalists, of course. Baleba is Cameroonian, of course. So obviously we have to take it a little bit seriously, but no one of significance is talking about it at the moment. But this guy is relatively reliable in Cameroon, of course. And look, we have to wait and see what happens with that. But apparently 112 million euros is the fee, which is around 95 million pounds, of course, guys, which will be absolutely, you know, a daylight robbery. No, it's not going to be daylight robbery. And if it is 95 million pounds, what did I tell you, lads? What did I tell you? I told you 95, didn't I? 85, 95. It's going to be a 5 in it anyway, guys. But big up. Yeah, look, at the end of the day, Cameroon sources are talking about Carlos Baleba. Let's see what happens with Carlos Baleba. Of course, a lot could happen between now and the next couple of days, of course. There's going to be loads of people jumping on the news and stuff like that, isn't there? Guys, there is. And we'll have to wait and see what happens, guys. But obviously, we play everything by ear, of course. Big up everyone in the chat. I hope you're doing well, of course. Really good to see you guys. Excited about the Baleba news. There is news coming out, of course. According to Ben Jacobs, Manchester United are in talks with Brighton at the moment in regards to Baleba. It's all official now, guys. It's not hearsay. It's all talk. It's all official, as we've been talking on this show for a few days now, guys, that it is all official. And it could possibly happen, guys. It could possibly happen. Let's wait and see what happens, guys. Really, really important, of course, that we get this player through the door and he signs for Manchester United. It would be an absolute dream signing for Manchester United, of course. Would really love that. I would love it. I would absolutely love that if that happened, of course, guys. Absolutely. Let's read some of your comments. I hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to the stream. Guys, hope you're blessed, of course. Big up, Jamie. Up for this match, me too. Tyborg. 3-1 United. 3-1 United, says Tyborg. I would like that as well, mate. I would be absolutely lovely. A bit like a few years ago, wasn't it? A bit like a few years ago when basically we beat them 3-1 under Eric Ten Hag, if we remember. Absolutely. 3-1 would be lovely. Who scores? Mbeumo and Bruno, the scores, has just placed a bet, guys. Best of luck, my friend Tyborg. Best of luck. I hope it goes well for you, my man. Hope it goes well for you. Unfortunately, I'm in the UAE. I can't bet. I'm in the UAE. I can't bet, unfortunately, sadly. Probably a good thing, to be honest with you, knowing me. Ephraim, good afternoon. How you doing, my friend? Good afternoon, Sal. How we have to set up against Arsenal. Look, I'm gonna get into that very, very soon, Ephraim. Big up, Ephraim. Ahmed, what's causing the hold up for the first bid for Baleba? It's going on, mate. It's happening. Apparently 112 million euros, which is 95 million pounds, Bang on the money, what I said, guys. Bang on the money, of course. 95 million is what I spoke about yesterday. And yeah, it's going to be 95 million pounds, about 112 million euros, which isn't that easy to put in a bid. It's not just straightforward. It's not like buying a packet of crisps. It is completely different. You have to get lawyers involved, or you have to get the legalities all in order, guys, because when you're making for bids, it has to be spot on. You can't be making any mistakes. 112 million euros. I don't know, but it's quite a lot of money, to be honest. Good afternoon, Kazi. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, my friend. Daniel, 3-1 United. Screw the Goonies. Come on, Daniel. Good to see you. 2-4 Man United. 2-1 Man United. Your prediction. Sorry, not 2-4. That was a few years ago when John O'Shea done a little lob in it against Arsenal, of course. Big up, Kenny. 2-1 to United. Love it. Love it. Absolutely would love that. Can't be dealing with your Keres score. No, we can't be doing this business, guys. Peekaboo, can't see you. You can see me. I can't see you. You can't see. Can you see me? No, you can't see me. We don't want any of that business, guys. Peekaboo, peekaboo. None of that, man. That silly little baby little celebration, man. We want this, guys. We want Benjamin Sesko to score against Arsenal on Sunday. That's what we need. That is what we need. We need some of this, guys. Proper man supporter. Proper man supporter celebrations, of course. Stephen, 4-3 United. Oh, you're going to give us a nervous game. Absolutely. Big up, Bobby. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, my friend. So afternoon, Bubba. Hope you're getting well. A bit excited about the Baleba. Just hope it goes through. Jamie, to pick up everyone, of course, in the stream. Of course, guys, absolutely. 96.8 million pounds. Big up, Bobby. Big up, my friend. 95, nearest 5. Absolutely. Emirates in this Baleba deal really agreed. It is according to Cameroon sources, guys. So you can take that with a pinch of salt, but they are quite reliable. They have got things right in the past. And when it's Cameroon, obviously it's Baleba, Cameroon. I wouldn't take it as gospel just yet. We need to have a few more, notable people talking about it. Obviously I would question everything what I hear, of course, at the moment. Ben Jacobs is saying that we're in talks with Baleba. No shit, Sherlock. Of course, we are in talks with Baleba, of course, and his representatives. Man United seem to be very interested in this deal, and the official approach is happening, guys. You can really tell something is rolling in regards to Baleba. News spreading all around the world that he's coming to Man United, and it isn't just hearsay, is it? At the end of the day, Kenny. The deal may have been agreed behind the scenes. Exactly, Kenny. So what I said yesterday, day before yesterday, that when Barada came out after the Hong Kong game, he said that we're confident, we're calm. We've been working on things for months now, and this could be the deal that they've been working on for months. This could be it. This could be it, guys. Absolutely. Guys, just a little bit of breaking news. AS Roma has submitted an official bid to Manchester United for Jadon Sancho, guys. News coming in as we speak. AS Roma have submitted an official bid for Jadon Sancho, guys. Can we get Jadon Sancho away from Man United? Finally, guys, can we get Jadon Sancho away from Manchester United, guys? Let's hope so. Roma would be a good move for him, to be honest, guys. Let me just write this. That would be a massive move for him, absolutely. And we will get, but my goodness me, news coming in. Imagine we get rid of Jadon Sancho. It would be an absolute dream at the end of the day. Guys, let me just write this. Brilliant. Absolutely. So Jadon Sancho, Roma, that is the new links, guys. Jadon Sancho and Roma. Roma have submitted a bid for Jadon Sancho, guys, according to Fabrizio Romano, guys. So this has some sauce. This definitely has some masala, guys. Definitely. I can't wait. If Sancho goes, we get Baleba. Dreamland, guys. Absolute dreamland. It will be absolutely amazing. Of course. Santalero, what's going on, my friend? I hope you're doing a 4-2 United win. Sesko scores. Come on, I think Sesko's going to start. I really do. Might play half a game. Kamali, good to see you again. Hope you're doing well. Just know we are winning, even if it is 1-0. That's all we need, isn't it, at the end of the day? That's what I say, Kamali. Absolutely spot on. It's all about Manchester United winning at the end of the day. I don't care about anything else, just as long as Man United get the win. 3-1 United, says Kazi. Big up Kazi. I would love that. 3-0 to Man United. A consolation goal for Arsenal in the 90th minute. That would be absolutely lovely. Sal, 3-1. Come on, United. Big up Efren. I would take that all day long as well. I would take that. I'm buzzing for the game. Real football is back, guys. Real football is back. Can you believe it, Simon? Can you believe it? Bobby Flossie, what's going on, my friend? I'll be doing well. Give me 3 reasons to why we have become too dependent on Baleba. Who's Baleba? Goodness me. Baleba. We're not over. I don't think we're overly dependent on him. It's just that the window is getting closed now, guys, and it's getting closer to the end. I would hope that if this still doesn't go through, that Man United have a contingency plan. I hope that we have an Adam Wharton lined up, a Kamara lined up for Monaco, someone of that ilk. That would be nice, wouldn't it? That we actually have a plan. Obviously, that was Rashford's main quote the other day, wasn't it? We don't have a plan, you know what I mean, at the end of the day. But let's wait and see what happens. Fantastic player, generational player. I really hope that, you know what, it comes good. Roma, please, come on, save us. Absolutely, we hope so, guys. Jadon Sancho is subject of a bid from Roma, according to Fabrizio Romano, will be an absolute game changer for Roma. Let me tell you, Roma, sign Sancho, it'd be a game changer for you, absolutely. Trust me, mate. Trust Uncle Sal on this one. It'll be a game changer for you, absolutely. Can't wait. Can't wait for you to go, and I wish you all the best. Absolutely. I want to see Sancho out so bad, absolutely. Sancho go, big up. Ephraim. Final will be gone. Hopefully, fingers crossed, obviously, when these teams like Roma, any team in the world, see Jadon Sancho's wages are like, what? How much is he getting? What? You joking? No, yeah, absolutely. It's bad, isn't it, at the end of the day? Big up, Joy. Jay, what's going on, my friend? I'll be doing well with the Baleba maybe coming in, and then Bumo, Sesko, and Cunha signing without a keeper coming in. How much would you rate the window out of 10? For me, without a keeper, it's 8. It's 8. It's not a 10 because there's couple of things that really concern me, about a few things that concern me about this window. Yes, it's great we signed Baleba, Cunha, and Mbumo, but what I would say is that the window is late, number one, and we wanted a majority of the players in before the preseason. This is why we have to arrange all these friendlies and stuff like that. That's number one. If we haven't got a goalkeeper, that's a big part. There was only 3 positions that we needed, really. Factually, it's the goalkeeper, the midfielder, and the striker, right? That is the most important thing. We needed to fix that spine in the team. And if we don't get a goalkeeper, we haven't done that. We need a right wing back. That's another thing that we need, of course. We may need another defender because obviously Leach is injured, he's injury prone, and we can't rely on Leach and Martinez, of course. And also, you know, a lot of our defenders are young. Aiden Heaven, Lenny Yoro, very young defenders. We got Kolunga, we got Fredrickson, they're young as well. So, you know, there's a few things in there that, you know, is needed to get to even close to a 10, in my opinion. Absolutely. Dembo, good afternoon, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Afternoon, Sal. I'd love to see Baleba this summer and Water next year. That would be absolutely fantastic, wouldn't it? We'll be building a very world-class team. Big up. Tybo, on your bike, freedom fighter. Come on, absolutely. Marky Mark, the legend. What's going on, my friend? Afternoon, Sal, and the community. How are you, my friend? Very well, my friend. Good to see you again. Like years, I say I've been on this, excited about this season starting. Everyone hit the like and subscribe. Thank you so much, guys. Absolutely, guys. It is Arsenal. Arsenal have got the better of us over the last few years, of course. We don't want to lose to Arsenal. That's the last thing we want to do, is lose to Arsenal, guys. We don't want any losses to Arsenal, guys. And when we look at Arsenal over the number of years, the last number of years in particular, we look at the actual how would I say it, the results and stuff like that. Let's have a look at this. So we look at the results of Man United against Arsenal over the last few years. We haven't been too shabby. It hasn't been too good. Let's be fair, guys. It hasn't been too good. We had a win in the FA Cup, of course. But when I look at those losses against Arsenal over the last, this is the last 5 games we played Arsenal. When I look at those losses, there's a lot of context in those losses. There was a lot of context in those losses. It was basically like, you know what, we didn't need to win. The league was over. You know, we were already 13th. And things like that, of course. But those are the scores that Man United had. Just to bring that into it, obviously, we won the FA Cup tie against Arsenal not too long ago. It does seem like yesterday, doesn't it, when we beat them on penalties with 10 men and a referee against us, of course. Who remembers that? Absolutely. Bobby, Sal, when the doors close, friendly going ahead. When is the close? I think he's already had it. I actually think so, Bobby. What I think is that I think he had a game with the under-21. So it's relative, it's not competitive, but it is a game, isn't it? At the end of the day, and he can get some element of match fitness in that game. Yeah, look, I think he played that under-21 game. I don't know if Man United are going to do a behind the doors friendly now. I don't think so. But I think the under-21s is the one that they did. They done an under-21s game. Speak up, Sanjay. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, of course, Sanjay. Big up, Sanj. Hope you're well, my friend. Hope you're well. Good to see you, of course. Sal, we have to start the game very well, and we have to make mistakes. Absolutely. This is one of the overriding problems that Man United have had over the years. We let teams into games. We let them play. We shouldn't be letting them play. We have to get stuck in straight away, guys. That's what we need to do. Get stuck in. Get the foot stuck in. That's what we need to do. Big up, Felix. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're well, of course. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you in the chat, my friend. Good to see you, my guy. Absolutely. Now, look. That basically, look. Man United against Arsenal is going to be a 50-50. It's going to be an equaliser, isn't it? The great equaliser is a tough game. We know what Arsenal are about. They know what we're about. We have a great history between each other. The last game I want to lose, especially at the start of the season, is against Arsenal. It would be absolute nightmare against Arsenal if we managed to lose that game, because then you're going into the realms of an uphill battle already, isn't it? We're already 3 points behind, and we don't want that. We really want to get off to a flying start, of course, guys. But when you look at the results, obviously, Man United haven't had too many good results against Arsenal over the last five games, of course. But obviously, as I said, that is down to context. That's down to the time in the season we played them. Absolutely. Alexander Park, big up. We bid this week. Big up, Alexander Park. Let's hope so. Let's hope we get that deal through the door very quickly, of course, guys. Absolutely. But that is the last 5 results, guys. And I know you want to see the team that I'm going to pick for the Arsenal game, guys. The team I'm going to pick for the Arsenal game. What team am I going to pick for the Arsenal game, guys? Well, I'm going to show you, guys. Here we are. This is the team that I would pick for the Arsenal game, guys. Here we are. That is the team. That's the lineup. Look, I'm gonna be typical here. I'm gonna be typical. It's gonna be Onana is gonna be in goal. We're gonna have Lenny Yoro as a left-sided centre-back. We're gonna have De Ligt to the centre-back. We're gonna have Mazraoui as the right centre-back. We're gonna have Ugarte and Bruno in that midfield, guys. Ugarte and Bruno in the midfield. Dorgu on the left. Ahmad on the right, and Mbumo Cunha as the double number 10s, and Sesko up front. I think that is what the team will be on Sunday, guys. That's what I believe anyway. I believe. That's Cher used to say, of course. That is the team that I would pick, of course. Let's smash Arsenal, says Darren. Absolutely. Let's smash Arsenal. We got to smash Arsenal, guys. We got to beat them. The only thing I care about is beating Arsenal, and that is all I care about at the end of the day. Once we beat Arsenal, I'm happy. Happy days, of course. Ephraim. Sal, the United midfield is my worry. We have to start with Ugarte midfield. I agree. This is my team, by the way, guys. Absolutely. Big up, LT. How are you doing, my friend? I hope you're doing well. Big up, Sal. We need to make a fight in the first 20 minutes so they can feel they are in a game, and let the fans in so we can put them under pressure. And I feel our transition is what will win the game. I really hope so, mate. And you said something there about fans. The fans have a huge part to play in this game, a massive part to play in this game, the fans do. And I would say that if we can make an intimidating fortress, we haven't done that too much over the years, have we? In recent years, we haven't really made Old Trafford into a fortress. We really do need to make Old Trafford into a fortress. Obo, what's going on, my friend? Leicester City in 2015 predicted to finish 16th position, and everybody was okay with that because they was where they belonged. 2016, they won a league and 66 points. Yes, I do remember it, my friend. I do remember it very well. Wow, Roma has bid 20 million for Sancho. I did not see this coming. Absolutely. Roma, Sancho, perfect match, guys. I'm going to say, I'm not trying to sell him to Roma, by the way, but I am trying to sell him to Roma, guys. Absolutely. Guys, I am trying to sell him. Let me see. But this is coming from Fabrizio Romano, guys. This is coming from Fabrizio Romano. So there is an element of truth, guys, towards this, of course. Wrigley Kennedy, what's going on, my friend? Thank God Sancho's leaving, coming in. Absolutely. Sancho, 20 million is it's decent. The problem is, though, what I would say is that probably Man United, big up Rocks, by the way, hope you're doing well. The problem is that Man United are probably selling him at a reduced price because obviously his wages are astronomical and not many teams want to pay his wages. Probably no team wants to pay his wages, of course. So do you think Sancho will reduce his wages to go to Rome? Look, one thing I would say about Jadon Sancho is that everything is on his favour at the moment. He's like, I've got 1 year left. I don't need to move. I can get a massive payout when I leave Man United, blah, blah, blah. But what he doesn't understand is this, right? What he doesn't understand is this. You will get easily forgotten about, mate. If you sit in the reserves and you stay in the reserves all year, no one's going to want to buy you, mate. No one is going to want to go anywhere near you, let alone pay you the wages that you want. No one's going to pay you money. You need to play first team football, mate. You can't just be sitting on your backside all year expecting, you know what, I'm going to be fine. At the end of my contract, I'm going to leave Man United anyway. Loads of teams are going to be after me, blah, blah, blah. It's an absolute myth. You know what? one thing that disappoints me about Jadon Sancho, because I believed in Jadon Sancho. Before he signed for Man United, I believed in Jadon Sancho. I thought Jadon Sancho was a generational. I thought he would come to Man United. He's a missing piece, one of the missing pieces. Absolutely fantastic on that right-hand side and stuff. It just hasn't worked out, has it? His attitude stinks at the end of the day, and he just didn't want to improve. Already thought he made it, as so many people who come to Man United already think they've made it when they haven't. That's just the beginning, you know? And all sorts of mess has been happening this last few years. And Jadon Sancho typifies what has been going wrong with Man United over the last few years. He typifies what it is. He typifies the problems that have been surrounding Man United over the last 4 years at the end of the day, guys. So hopefully we get him out the door. Hopefully, he can go for 20 million. That will be money in the bank. We haven't even got rid of Anthony and Garnacho yet. Can you believe it? I mean, we might even have some more money in. Of course, Sal, big up Grayo. Just put a 25-1 for a free one video. Bye-bye, Sancho. Come on, Grayo. Best of luck, my friend. Please go. Absolutely. Big up Anthony. Hope you're doing well. Good Anatomy. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, mate. Tiggs, good afternoon. How you doing? Baleba, according to Cameroon sources, look, this was the question mark. According to Cameroon sources, the Baleba deal has been agreed. Now, I would take that with a pinch of salt. It's Cameroon sources. It's coming from Cameroon, respected, by the way, Cameroon media, by the way. It is respected Cameroon media. So I'm not going to totally squash them. But what I would say, when we hear news coming in from various outlets out there, then I'm going to be like, okay, it's more believable, of course, and stuff like that. Of course, absolutely. Yale. So get Sancho name off his locker at Carrington and send him to Rome. Will he be going to a very nice looking city? A lovely city, but let me tell you something about Rome, my friend. They don't take any prisoners. If you go to Rome and you underperform, you know what? You're going to feel it. You're going to feel it more than Man United. Let me tell you that right now, guys. Roma are a different animal with their fans, guys. They have got proper ultras over there. So if you mess around, if you play around and you don't perform and you don't fight for that badge, listen, you'll be gone pretty soon, guys. Look, this is probably Jadon Sancho's last opportunity. This is his last chance at a competitive club, you know, like Roma. Great club, of course. Another opportunity for him he doesn't really deserve in theory, but he's going to get that opportunity to go to Serie A to try and rekindle his career. And who knows, guys, Thomas Tuchel is the England manager. Remember, Thomas Tuchel and the Dortmund connection. He might end up playing for England in the World Cup. You never know, of course. Big up, my friend. Zigzag, what's going on? I hope you're doing well. When we tack our 5 or 6 players, rush up real fast. So when our midfield lose the ball, we don't have enough player to defend, as they have to cover that area again to defend. Baleba solves this problem. I agree with that. Zigzag, absolutely spot on. Great comment, my friend. I agree with that 100%. I think that Baleba is a game changer, mate. Baleba's a game changer. We need Baleba. He's one of the players that we needed, type of player that we needed. We need a goalkeeper as well. Of course we do, but it doesn't look like we're going to be getting a goalkeeper this summer. We're going to have to obviously wait to get a goalkeeper, right wing back and stuff like that, of course. Hazal, who do you think will score many goals for United this season? I actually think, guys, I think Sesko will be up there. I think Sesko will score a lot of goals for Man United. I got a massive feeling. I was watching the friendly against Fiorentina, as we all were. And then there's a couple of things that stuck out in my head. There was the crosses from Mbeumo. Mbeumo was whipping those crosses into the box. And I was thinking to myself, if Sesko gets on the end of one of those, it's a goal. Straight up goal. You know, and I'm thinking, yeah, look, if Mbeumo can get those crosses in, my goodness me, we're in for something, isn't it? We're in for a lot of goals this season. I think Sesko's going to score a lot of goals this season. I hope he's going to score a lot of goals this season. And I hope he has a good season this season. I think he is going to score 20 plus goals. Absolutely. LT. Owen Baleba, Ben Jacobs says that we talk to Brighton and want to make sure of what we will enough, as Brighton doesn't want to sell. But if they're going to sell, they want more or less the next year's fee. Absolutely. Brighton are going to want to look after their own interest, isn't it? At the end of the day, LT. Brighton are going to want to look after themselves. And that is understandable because at the end of the day, they need money as well as we need money. They need money. They need to replace him. You know what? Well, Brighton, they're going to get 100 million for him, and then they're going to end up going, you know, and buying someone for about 20 million, and he ends up becoming a 100 million player as well, of course. Grayo, 29 likes. Come on, guys. Can we get up to 50 likes before the end of the show, guys? Let's get up to 50 likes. Here's my team, Manchester United against Arsenal. The first team lineup of the season, guys. What do you make of it? I'm looking at it. I'm thinking, yeah, look at that lineup, guys. I think that is going to be a strong enough lineup to beat Arsenal, of course. Aaron, hopefully 50 plus goals from Cunha and Buma and Sesko. Come on, mate. Come on, there. I would love that. Absolutely. Look, unrealistic. Guys, Jadon Sancho has opened doors to AS Roma move, and the proposal is worth 20 million in total package. So it's not 20 million up front, it's a total package. So that could include incentives and whatnot, of course, guys. Very, very interesting here. Jadon Sancho to AS Roma. Very interesting. Loan deal with an obligation. It's a loan deal with an obligation to buy. It's a £20 million package. So it's a loan deal with an obligation to buy at easy conditions to activate the permanent deal. So it's a good one for Man United. It's going to be a loan with a obligation to buy, but easily achievable, which is very good. Sancho doesn't want to go to Turkey at this stage, despite reports. Of course, there were reports about Besiktas. This is coming from Fabrizio Romano. Remember, I said it yesterday. Besiktas are interested in Sancho. The Turkish club, of course, I mentioned it before anyone else. Again, guys, yesterday, Besiktas were interested in Jadon Sancho, but Jadon Sancho does not want to go there, of course, absolutely. AP7, does Jadon Sancho need dropping off the 11 and make it quick? I mean, I really do hope so. Big up, Niche dropping and need quick, absolutely. Big up, Niche. Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you for liking the stream. Guys, 75 of you in the house. Don't forget to smash a like. In theory, we should have 75 likes, shouldn't we, really? We should, shouldn't we? We should have 75 likes. Of course, absolutely. Darren, can't wait to see the back of that scumbag. Absolutely. Scumcho, absolutely. Big up. I can't wait as well, Darren. Me too. It'd be a big move, in my opinion. Ruben Amorim decided to stick with Onana as our number one. Breaks me down. Onana can improve, but he can't really on my side because he's old enough to keep learning how to protect the net. This is the problem, isn't it, Oba? There's the old saying, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. And this is the problem with, obviously, Onana, that he is getting on a little bit. He's at his peak. He should be at his best, in theory, shouldn't he? He should be at his best, guys. Absolutely. Yeah, so look, guys, look, lots of news reaching us as we speak, guys. Jadon Sancho to Roma. Absolutely amazing news, you know what I mean, if he manages to go, guys. Absolutely amazing news, of course. Obviously, Baleba, according to Cameroon reports, has agreed to go to Man United. Man United have agreed a fee. I think that's way off at the moment, but we're going to have to wait and see. I'm not going to totally discount those rumors, of course, guys. Let me just write this. So let me know your predictions, guys. Let me know what you think of my team as well, guys. Come on, guys. Hopefully we can get rid of him. Big up 007. How you doing, my friend? I'll be doing well. Sorry I'm late. Is Baleba deal accepted? Apparently, from Cameroon sources, as I said a few times now. I mean, I would take it with a pinch of salt, to be honest with you. I would take it with a pinch of salt. We'll have to wait and see. Absolutely. Guys, absolutely. Jamie, what's going on, my friend? I'll be doing well. Good to see. It's one of the new sponsorships, Apple. I'm not too sure about that, but I know one of them's Coca-Cola. Man United are making money, so I don't really mind that, guys. Absolutely. LT in return to their lineup. I'm not sure Mazraoui will feature, but due to his preseason games, so altering Shaw. Oh my goodness me, it's going to be nerve-wracking, isn't it? With Shaw in the team. LT, I just don't want Shaw in the team. I really don't. Are you sure? Are you sure about it? Luke Shaw. I just don't think he's fit enough, no matter how many games of football he plays. I don't think he's a left-sided centre-back, and he's way off it at the moment, as you can tell in the friendlies, of course. Absolutely. Damn, seriously, Apple, that's huge. That would be amazing. It'll be good money as well, of course. They bought the naming rights. Big up, my friend. Big up, Jamie. I have a feeling Amorim will start Mount. I hope not. I hope not as well, mate. I want to see Cunha. I want to see Mbuma. I want to see Sesko. That is what I want to see at the weekend. I don't want any crap Mason Mount in that team, guys. Absolutely not. I don't want any of that nonsense. Absolutely. It should be Cunha, Mbuma, and Sesko. We all know it should be that. We all know it should be that. It shouldn't be anything more, anything less, of course. LT. I think we're going to go all in from Baleba and prefer Lemons for goalkeeper, but the problem's Bayinda not leaving yet, but they will be resolved after the Baleba deal. I mean, Bayinda, obviously, there is rumours around Turkey that he might go back to he might go to Trabzonspor, Besiktas again. Yeah, he wants to leave the football club. Obviously, the World Cup is coming at the end of the season, and Baleba wants first team football, of course. So, yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Man United have got too many goalkeepers, guys. Too many goalkeepers at the moment, and we have to get rid of one at least, of course. Apple and Snapdragon are rivals, so it cannot be Apple. Yale, good point. Good point. But we'll have to wait and see, of course. Big up Grayo. Amazari is going to be fit enough. I hope so. I hope so. But that is a bit of a punt for me. That's a bit of a punt. I don't think so in general, because I don't want Luke Shaw to be playing. To be honest with you, Gray, I just don't think that Luke Shaw is ready. I think he's not fit enough. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, so that basically is my team. But you know, it's going to be, obviously, it's just a prediction. It's going to be touch and go in regards to what players start, what players don't start, and stuff like that. But yeah, that's the team I'll go for. I think it's a strong team. I mean, if we play Lenny Yoro as a left-sided centre-back, no, if we play Shaw as a left-sided centre-back, so be it. It's going to have to be. What would be at the end of the day, of course, absolutely. Obo. Masri can play and Luke Shaw starts on the bench as long as he's available for selection because he already knows how the coach demands him to play. Absolutely, my friend. Big up. That's a good point. Sal, would you sell at the Old Trafford naming rights to gain money for additional players? No, Tyberg. No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't sell Old Trafford. Old Trafford has historical heritage. Real Madrid don't change their stadium. You know, Barcelona don't change their stadium. Liverpool don't change their stadium. And Man United shouldn't be changing their stadium naming rights and stuff like that. They can make money elsewhere. They can name a stand after them or something like that. Do you know what I mean? Well, you know, this is the thing. You know, we don't want to lose our cultural heritage, man. We don't, because at the end of the day, that is who we are at the end of the day. And I think, you know what? I know we need money. I know all this business and stuff. They shouldn't have bought the football club then. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, if they have to do these kind of things to make money, it's ridiculous, isn't it? Big up Tybold, though. But I wouldn't be surprised, though, having said that. I wouldn't be surprised if it does happen, of course. Goodbye, Sancho. Come on, Paul. Let's hope so, mate. Let's hope so. Best in class, work on a player and sponsorship deal, but can't do two players. Absolutely, mate. Best in class, mate. Romano tweet. Yeah, read it. Absolutely read it about Roma. Of course. I also want Sesso to start because if we saw the false number 9 thing not working absolutely in the past 2 games in the preseason, and hopefully see Xerxes in the last 15, 20 minutes of the game. I hope so, but obviously Xerxes is not fit. Of course, we're talking about, you know, Mazraoui not being fit. Xerxes definitely not fit. Of course, he's been injured as well. You know, so what I would say is that, you know, I agree with that. The false number 9 doesn't work. It doesn't work. And I think Man United need to play Sesko and Boomer and Cunha. It's a no-brainer. I will be extremely disillusioned and kind of upset if we don't play Cunha in Boomer and Sesko. But it is what it is. We'll have to support the decision, whatever it is, of course. Paul, rivalry aside, do you think that what Isaac is doing is good? Just imagine after 3 years, Barca called him, then see also show tantrum with Liverpool. Look, at the end of the day, look, you know, I don't agree with players going out there and crying and screaming and shouting. But at the same time, you know, if it happened to Man United, we'll be like, oh, yeah, you know what? He's got to announce that he needs to leave. Many of us were saying it about, you know, Sesko. He's got to say that he needs to leave. He's got to come out and say that he needs to leave. You know, and I think, look, I understand it, but it's where we are at the end of the day in regards to football, in regards to players these days. Players these days, they're not loyal. We know that. And that is obviously all round the scope. No player is loyal, even at Man United. It would be very, very far-fetched to find loyalty in players these days, of course. So what I would say is that, you know, if he does that, then so be it. He's thinking about his career at the end of the day, isn't he? You know, and if he done it to Newcastle, he would do it to Liverpool. But you know what? Liverpool's a different club to Newcastle. As much as Newcastle want to act like a massive, massive club, you know what? Liverpool are bigger, isn't it? Darren, Paul plays is F off Sancho. Absolutely. Absolutely. So if we win the first game, it will help us at the morale of the team. Absolutely. Ephraim, agree with that. Isutu, what's going on, my friend? I hope you're doing well. I hope you're good. Guys, let me just read this. News is coming to me all the time, guys. All the time. Guys, his news is coming to me. Let me have a look. I'm going to have a look here. Let's wait and see. Right, here we go. Jadon Sancho to Roma, of course, nothing else. Roma, yeah, that's it. Nothing in regards to him at the moment. Guys, absolutely. Nothing in Baleba in regards to Fabrizio and Ornstein yet. We're waiting on that, of course. Let me just read that. I'm getting sent a link here. So let me just read that. Yeah, seen it. Yeah, seen it. I'm ahead, seeing it. Yeah, absolutely. People are talking about the Cameroon links and stuff like that, of course. Don't know about you, Sal, but I'm tired of hearing how Rasmus is being pushed out, letting go on loan, impress, and then refuse the AC Milan deal and come back like Sancho and Chelsea. Caleb, you know what? That's a great point because I mentioned this morning. If Rasmus goes to AC Milan, and AC Milan's a great club, guys. They've won a lot of things, you know. They're one of the biggest clubs in history. Going to a club like AC Milan, playing at the San Siro in front of thousands, tens of thousands of fans, right? Every single week. Go there, score lots of goals, make a name for yourself. What's going to happen to Rasmus? Loads of clubs around Europe are going to be interested in Rasmus, you know? Loads of clubs around Europe. And it's not going to be like, obviously, Chelsea with Jadon Sancho. Jadon Sancho did average at Chelsea. I know they tried to overly emphasize how he did at Chelsea. But yeah, look, go to AC Milan, Rasmus. Absolutely kill it. Come back, you know what I mean? And you know what? You might play for Man United again. But at the moment, you're not going to be playing first team football. And Rasmus, you need to get in that Denmark team. You need to play at that World Cup. You don't get many opportunities in the World Cup. I would say to Rasmus, get in that Danish team. Go to AC Milan and get in that Danish team. Get in that Danish team, of course. Absolutely. Lenny Yoro and Aiden Heaven are potential top European defenders if I'm not to answer my brother inquiring from Sal. Big up. Lenny Yoro and Aiden Heaven are potential top. Lenny Yoro and Aiden Heaven, I don't think there's two defenders, Obo, that are better than Lenny Yoro and Aiden Heaven at their age. I'm being honest with you, Obo. I think they are what we call generational players. Generational players, in my opinion. That's what they are. Nothing, but I'm sure we're going to hear a lot more about Garnacho very, very soon. Ephraim, very soon. News is flying in, of course. I'm getting news as we speak, guys, all the time. Guys, absolutely. I'm getting news as we speak. Guys, absolutely. Let me see what's going on. Carlos Baleba has been told not to say anything about his future to the media while negotiations taking place. My goodness me. Yeah, what a blagger! Obviously, he's been told not to say anything. You know, there's these chancers online, these Twitter accounts, these social media accounts. Jadon Sancho has been told not to say anything because they know people can't prove that, and they lie through their teeth. That Indy Kelly, whatever his name, is an absolute fraud, mate. Absolutely. Sancho going to Roma. Yeah, it's on the phone. Big up Sancho is going to Rome for 20 million. Big up Millie. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Really good to see you, of course. Millie. Seeing that the options are there for a loan. Hope they don't do that. Take the 20 million. Man United's a 20 million package loan, Millie. So Man United are going to get 20 million as a package in regards to the loan. So it will be 20 million for the loan altogether with an obligation to buy, which will be easily achieved. So for me, that in that case, it's not a bad deal. It's not a bad deal at the end of the day. Even if we get 10 million for the loan and obviously get some incentives, they pay his wages. I don't think that's such a bad deal, in my opinion. I think Man United should snap their hands off. I really do, because we're not going to, at this stage in the window, I don't think we're going to get many offers for Jadon Sancho. Absolutely not. I don't think so anyway. Absolutely not, guys. Really happy he's going. Absolutely, Mini. I'm really happy he's going because, you know what, he's one of the how many left now? We got Garnacho, we got Sancho, and obviously we got Anthony. 3 left, 2 left after Sancho leaves. Then it's Anthony, then it's Garnacho. Then we have to try and get then we have to try and get them out the door as well, of course. LT, I think our defensive structure is more or less solid, but our build-up play from the back needs a lot of work. I think we're going to try and snatch the ball from Arsenal and let him down. Yeah, I agree with that, LT. I think one thing I noticed about our build-up play, LT, is that our build-up play is very slow. It's very pedestrian. We don't really get the ball from the defense to the midfield, from the midfield to the strikers quick enough. And this is what I've been saying. when I was growing up supporting Man United, one thing I learned is that Man United will never walk on the pitch. These days, I'm seeing a lot of players, in particular the defense, when the defense get the ball out from the back, we're walking. We're walking. No one should be walking on that football pitch. Let me tell you that right now. And I'm seeing a lot of players walking, Absolutely. Sal, do you think Amorim will last this season? Yes, of course I do. Absolutely, yes. My confidence in Baleba coming is getting higher now. I think the media are behind him on this, and it's more advanced than people think. I've been saying it for a long time, mate. I've been saying it for a long time, just repeating what I've been saying for the last few days, man. Repeating what exactly. Of course, I believe in it. I said it, Jamie, a few days ago. I haven't heard anything about Malacia. Should Amorim start integrating him back to the team? No, I don't think he's good enough, Caleb. Absolutely not. We've obviously got Diego Leon, and we got obviously Dorgu, who I think is better, or both of them are better than Malacia. I mean, the fact that no one wants Malacia, not even a team in Holland, does go to show you, isn't it, where we are with Tyra Malacia. And I think that Man United would accept around 5 million for Malacia. I think they'll accept around 5 million for Malacia. Absolutely, guys, absolutely. Who else is there? But you know what? It's going to be interesting. It's going to be very busy this next few days, of course. It's going to be very busy this next few days, of course. Then I think it's coming, the announcement, absolutely soon, the announcement. Let's hope so. It's not going to be quick like this. It's going to take time, of course. But as I said a week ago now, I think it may be 2 weeks ago, that Man United have probably been talking to Baleba for a long time. It's very easy to communicate these days undercover, behind the scenes and stuff like that in regards to players. Man United could have already reached agreements and things like that, but they're keeping it undercover, cards close to their chest. But obviously, time is an education. When we hear more about Man United's first bid, that's when we're going to know where we are in regards to this deal and how much Brighton and Hove Albion won. Because that is when we're going to see, are Man United too low? Are Man United nearly there? Do we need to pay a couple of more million and we get there? And that's what I think, absolutely. Anthony is next. He has a week to decide. Get Baleba. It's a 9 out of 10 window, getting a keeper. If we get a keeper, absolutely, it would be if we get a keeper. Keeper so important, bringing in, of course. Big up Millie. Still think we will buy Lamens, though. Hopefully, Millie. Fingers crossed. I've been speaking about Millie now for 6 months. Even last season, I spoke about him briefly. Guys, before it was a popular thing to do. And I've been speaking about him, and I'll rate him very highly. I think he's a new Petr Cech. He's a new Courtois, in my opinion. He absolutely is. We could be paying his release clause, or am I wrong? Whose release clause? I don't think that Baleba has one. I don't think that Baleba has a release clause, Jamie. He doesn't have one. That's why they can. That's why they could put a astronomical price on him. Garnacho would definitely leave at the moment. We're trying to get an agreement to the price with Chelsea. And Chelsea, yeah, that is going to be a here we go very soon, LT. That's going to be a here we go very soon. Absolutely. I wouldn't mind. I can't. I mean, hopefully, fingers crossed again. Should we not go in for Wharton? Look, if Man United don't, big up, my friend, big up Kalichi, by the way. By the way, if Man United don't get Baleba, Man United could possibly go for Wharton. Man United are very, very big admirers of Adam Wharton, a great player, of course, England international and stuff like that, of course, guys. Absolutely. But you know what I would say is that if we buy Baleba, we're definitely not going to get Wharton at the moment. Yeah, Ornstein was a prat for bigging up that Twitter guy. He was a prat for doing that. He was, to be honest with you, bigging up, one thing. It's all guesswork. Jamie, if we get Baleba, top 5 is on. Yeah, I agree with that, Jamie. Absolutely, my friend. I agree with that. I really do. I think if Man United get Baleba, I'm still concerned, though, Jamie. The goalkeeper, let's not underestimate the goalkeeper position. I'm a little bit concerned about the goalkeeper position. Of course I am. We're not going to obliterate teams, guys, at the end of the day. We're not going to obliterate teams. Kenny, big up Kenny. Wharton next season if we can sell Bruno, if we can, yeah. Hearing rumours that Bruno wants to spend the rest of his career at Manchester United, of course, guys. I don't think he will. I think he'll end up going back to Portugal, but we're going to have to wait and see, of course. Millie, Even if that's if we lose against Arsenal, please, United fans, don't go crumbling down, please. Not me, not in this channel, Millie. You got to join us for the watch-alongs and stuff like that. We suffered a lot last season, Millie, and not once did we say, "Oh, he's a Portuguese fraud. Get that fraud out of my club." All these things like that, other content creators were saying. We never did that once on this channel. Only a few idiots who are not longer with us were said that on this channel, but we definitely didn't do that. Of course, we have to be patient in a way, don't we? I think we will still get a keeper, but I could be wrong. I hope so, Jamie. Sal, if all our defenders are fit, who will start? For me, look, I want Mazraoui, De Ligt, and Lenny Yoro to start. However, I think it will be, as my guy said in this channel, LT, I think it will be Luke Shaw, De Ligt, and Lenny Yoro. I think it'll be like that. I think it will be something along those lines, even though I want Yoro, De Ligt, and Mazraoui. I want to know what's going on with the what is it? The Aiden Heaven situation as well. Have we bought Baleba? Not yet, mate. Not yet. A bit jumped the gun. Not yet, my friend Utsav. Good to see you, mate. Good to see you. Hopefully, we're getting very soon before the transfer window. If we're serious, we're getting before the 1st of September. That's for sure. Caleb, is there an affordable keeper we can get now? A PSG 150 million for Donnarumma plus with the wages, meaning that it's forgettable for now. Man City will probably sign him at the moment, Caleb, but you never know in football. Senny Lamens is affordable. 20 million to 22 million valuation. Probably, as Jamie said, they're probably getting for about 25 million. Absolutely. So I'd rather scumbag 20 million, never million, 20 pound, never know Benjamin. Just want him gone. Do you think Amarim will give Cheeto a lot more game time this season? He needs much more experience as possible. He can be huge. He can be. I still think he's a little bit of Bambi on ice. I still don't think he's quite ready yet, in my humblest of opinions. I think he will be ready. I actually think he needs a loan as well. I don't think he's quite ready yet for the Premier League physicality and stuff like that. He's got a great touch. He's got a great finish. It's just that his all-round game isn't quite there yet. But you know what? He's 1 year older. Hopefully he gets some opportunities in the League Cup, in the FA Cup. And of course, Man United will play Grimsby Town. When's the last time we played Grimsby in the League Cup, guys? In the League Cup. So let's see what happens. I know you won't crumble, my brother, but I know some fans do. Some fans do, mate. And you know who they are, don't you, Millie? You know who they are at the end of the day. You know who they are. Millie, Lammy is 20 million. Jamie is a good price, my brother, and a good keeper. We shouldn't let him pass. Absolutely. I think so as well, Millie. But I concur with you, mate. I think, yeah, he's a generational goalkeeper and will be proven to be. And I think we need to get these players early before other teams get them. Do you know what I mean? That's what I would say. Kalichi, do you think Amarim should keep Hoyland? We need him to provide competition to Sesko. I don't think he will. I really don't think he will, Kalechi, and I don't think he will be competition. I think Sesko will play almost every game. And I think that it will just stifle Rasmus Hoyland in regards to qualifying for the Denmark national team for the World Cup. So the best thing for Rasmus Hoyland to do is go on loan to AC Milan. We got Xerxes there. We can do something with Xerxes maybe. We've also got Chido Obi Martin there as well. Obviously Wheaton as well. You know, we got a couple of strikers there, guys. Sal, who you want to win the Premier League? Man United, mate. Man United, of course I do. We really need to replace Bayindir. Having a top-class number 2 keeper would either push Onana to perform better or make them realise he's only good enough to be a backup. Absolutely, Ronan. Yeah, absolutely. This is what Senny Lamens would do. This is exactly what Senny Lamens would do. This is the guy we need, this type of player. Good enough for number 1, but a number 2, if you know what I mean. Young, could basically be groomed into being the number 1 and slowly but surely push Onana out the door. I mean, I hope so. I really do. I think we do need one, guys. LT, if we get Baleba, let's not forget that the first 10 games are going to be a bumpy ride, absolutely. And Baleba with Sesko bed in, and we have to have a tough first 10 games, but I'm optimistic about how good. It depends. Look, what I would say, guys, when we're looking at things on the outset, obviously we got Arsenal first game of the season. We've also got City, Chelsea, Liverpool, of course, coming up as well, guys. It's going to be extremely tough opening 10 games to Man United. 4 of those games, you know, are the top 5. And, you know, that's not including the other games in the league that are going to be equally as competitive and as difficult as stuff like that, of course, guys. But what I would say is that, yeah, we have to believe. But as I said many times, we can't expect everything to gel straight away. But winning the opening game against Arsenal or just not losing to Arsenal in the opening game That's what we need to do. Not lose to Arsenal. We can't lose to Arsenal in the opening game because then we got an uphill battle right away, and we don't want that, of course. Absolutely. Big up LT. SA2, I think United after Baleba is done. Buying a Giga will be difficult. It may be, my friend. Yeah, absolutely will be. Spent a lot of money, that means, isn't it? Guys, tap the like button and share. This channel is worth it. No crap over here. Thank you so much, Millie. I really appreciate your compliments. Absolutely great to have some compliments in the house, guys. There's some people who come here every day and don't even compliment. Thank you so much, Millie. You're absolute legend. Thank you. And everyone who joins anyway. I do appreciate every single person who comes in the stream, guys. Absolutely. Big things are happening on this channel, guys. And hopefully we have a fabulous season next season. We had pain last season, guys. We all know what happened last season. It was pain. It was painful. Pain is painful at the end of the day, and we suffered a lot last season. And we really do need to put right what went wrong last season. We really do need that, don't we? Ephraim. So if Onana will have a howler against Arsenal, I think he will be a goal. I mean, look, guys, I really want Onana to do well because if he does well, then Manchester United do well ultimately, isn't it? I want him to do well, but I know that he's prone to mistake. And as we spoke about many times, when a player gets to 28, 20, 29, a player is not going to improve that much because he already knows. He is what he is at the end of the day. You can't turn Peter Crouch into prime Ronaldinho. It's just not going to happen, is it? He is what he is. You know, and to be honest with you, if he makes a mistake, we got to make the tough decision. We got to make the tough decision because I know, you know, eventually he's going to have a bozo moment. Sometimes he does things that are not quite bozo, but are bozo, if you know what I mean. They're not classed as bozo, but they are bozo. And it's the things that, the simple things, you know, and people won't see it as a mistake, but it actually is. Big up, Danny B. How you doing, my friend? I'll be doing well. Sal, when do you think we'll see Baleba play if we get him? Burnley game, I think, mate. Burnley. At the very first game will be Burnley, in my opinion. But if it's not Burnley, I don't think he will be wanting to play away to Manchester City. I think it will be Chelsea at home, which will be in September. But what I would say is that it will be Burnley on the 30th of August. That's what that is my prediction anyway. Of course. Hell, Genio, what's going on? No, team, a legend, been busy traveling to Marseille. How was it, mate? Been to Marseille a couple of times, 98 World Cup, namely, of course, Lisbon and Budapest for the first week. Good to see you, able to see your shows grow again. We will win against Arsenal. Come on, my friend. Come on. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you had fun all right, traveling around Europe, my guy. Good to travel. Broadens the horizons and stuff like that, of course. So, Sal, do you think we'll choose Dalot to bring more defensive, solid, or take the attacking risk and intent of Ahmad because it's a home game? I would like to think the latter, LT. I would like to think that he goes more attacking. I like to think that he goes more attacking and brave. I think that's what Man United need to do against Arsenal. I think sitting back is not going to work. However, I do understand it if he plays Dalot. I would understand it because, you know, Arsenal are a very good counter-attacking side. People don't know that, but they are a very good counter-attacking side. And with Ahmad on the right, Dorgu on the left, bombing forward, Man United can quite possibly get caught out, given that we got Bruno Fernandes as number 8, which I think is a little bit dangerous in my opinion. Hopefully, Alicia Megacy at the Etihad is a bit hard on him first game. Everyone, 40 likes this show. If you haven't already, smash the likes and the subscribe button. Thank you so much, Gray. It'll take 2 seconds. Please show support for Sal and a brilliant child. Thank you so much, Gray. You legend. Absolute love, my brother. Obligation by Erasmus for installments. Absolutely. Big up Utsev. Good to see you on the stream, my friend. Kalichi, I have a feeling Amram will play Bruno and Casemiro together. That will be football suicide. He will play Ugarte. He should play Ugarte, mate. I said it. There's my team right there, guys. That's the team I'll pick for the game against Arsenal, guys. Yeah, definitely. That's the game. That's the team I will pick. Held, I hope Cesaro starts. It's obvious they want Højlund to go. Don't like the thought of a Cunha, Boomer, or Mount starting as a striker when we have a striker who drops deep. Will allow Arsenal to absolutely, Held. Just spot on there, mate. Top ball knowledge there from Held again, my friend. Jamie, he cooked last season. Looked top 6 last season. I have issues, the lad. Match fitness, Jamie. Match fitness is very important, of course. This is the biggest question, isn't it, Milton? No news about his wages yet. The thing is, the price tag is not the problem with Jadon Sancho. It's actually his wages, the £350,000 that he's getting a week. Would Jadon Sancho drop his wages? He didn't do it for Chelsea. This is the thing. This is why I look at Chelsea and I look at Jadon Sancho and I think Is he going to go, though? Is he going to go? Will he go? You know? I mean, I believe, what I would say is that I believe it when I see it, of course. I believe it when I see it. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Guys, yeah, look, you know what? It's a massive game. This is the first match preview of the season, guys. This is my team, of course, guys. I will bring back into the show the last 5 games we played against Arsenal, of course. Guys, we've had a few tough ones recently, but obviously a lot of context in regards to those games. The last 5 games we played against Arsenal here, in case you missed it, those have been the results. We had a great result last time out against Arsenal. Of course we did, didn't we? It was a 1-1 draw, of course, guys. And we beat them, obviously, on penalties, guys, didn't we? At the end of the day, yeah, absolutely great result that was, guys, absolutely. 1-1 draw, United was the last one. We played them at Old Trafford. Declan Rice was a bit like a nothing game for Man United. We were already concentrating on Europa League, but the one we beat them was the FA Cup tie at the Emirates, was 1-1, and we won on penalties, of course, guys. Absolutely, we did. We can't forget that. We won't forget that. Absolutely not, guys. We'll never forget that. That game was an absolute humdinger of a game, of course. We were here watching it live. Hopefully, we get the same feeling. There's nothing like beating Arsenal, guys. There is nothing like beating Arsenal. I really do hope that Man United beat Arsenal, guys. I really do hope. So, guys, just to recap, guys. Manchester United, and obviously transfers going on at the moment. Manchester United have apparently, according to Cameroon sources, reached an agreement with Brighton for midfielder Carlos Baleba. But obviously, that news obviously can be taken with a pinch of salt because no one has mentioned it yet. Major journalists have not mentioned it in this country. Not to break down the Cameroon journalists, but obviously nothing has been said here so far in the UK, of course, in the UAE, where I am, of course. Also, Jadon Sancho has been subject of a 20 million package loan deal from Roma. Roma, with an obligation to buy. Roma apparently have put a loan deal on the table worth around 20 million euros, guys, of course. Good money for Jadon Sancho. I would do the deal 100%. I would do the deal, guys. Jadon Sancho going to Roma would be a great move for him. It is an obligation to buy. So basically, the incentives, the obligations are very easy to achieve. Very easy to achieve. So finally, Sancho could be leaving Man United. Maybe not officially, but it might happen, of course. Have a good day, my friend. Have a good day, brother. I hope you're doing well. Guys, absolutely. I need that confirmation to come. I think we all do. Absolutely. LT, I believe Anthony Ngoncha will leave with Sancho. I'm not sure he'll risk his wages for 1 more year and then accept to reverse wages to play football. You know, there we go. We are a hardcore United fans that have no clue if Dalot or Ahmad starts. What's the midfield? Who is the striker? Can give Amram advantage that Arteta have no clue either. So it's hard to prepare. It's hard to prepare. It is hard to prepare. But one thing's for certain, I want to see Cunha, Mbeumo, and Sesko up front. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see the Mount business. I don't want to see false number 9 business. Cunha, Mbeumo, Sesko up front. That is what it needs to be. That is what it needs to be. It should be off the tongue, straight away. You know, no guessing. Absolutely. Milton. Then again, the Cameroon journalist could have been a little bit intoxicated when he posted. Very true. Do they like intoxication over there? I don't know about that. But yeah, it could have been. It could have been. You never know what happens, you know, in this world, do you? At the end of the day, absolutely not. But guys, you're all legends, mate. You're all legends. I just want to say that. Channel continues to grow. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're here. Don't forget to smash a like as well, guys. Please don't. I mean, we've had nearly 100 people here today. Just need to smash the likes, get those likes up, of course, and it helps with the algorithms and stuff like that. Guys, I will be back whenever something breaks. Of course, I will be. And also, I will be back for Breaking Dawn tomorrow morning, usual time, guys. So don't forget to join me for that, of course, guys. I will be here, of course, guys, and hopefully we get some big news coming through the waves, of course. We want to get some of those signings in quickly, don't we? We want them before the Burnley game, in my opinion, which is on the 30th of August. Maybe we will happen. Maybe that will happen. We'll have to wait and see, guys, absolutely. Big up, Grayo. Thank you so much for your compliments, mate. Really appreciate you, mate. Big up, Ephraim. Really appreciate you. Thank you so much, my guy. Really appreciate everyone in the stream. Guys, I'm Sal Warner. This is Stretford Post. This is Chatterbox. And I'll see you tomorrow if nothing else breaks the course. Take it easy, guys. Glory, glory, Man United. Peace.